Recording in progress.
Yeah, good morning, everyone. Yesterday, we learned about working with API data. We learned about JSON. So, in yesterday's session, we discussed what is JSON, how to consume JSON from a file by using which method? Fetch. So, this is very important. We learned how to create array of objects. We have learned array and object and array of objects. Now, today we will see some real-time data. I already told you that some real-time APIs are present. We will learn about how to access data from APIs. So we will see the concept of fetching data from API websites. So how we can fetch data from API websites. There are so many API websites. We have a website called you can try nasa.api.gov fake store api.com. You can try this. One I will show you, others you can try yourself. So these people provide some ready-made data. Actually, that your technology will teach you. Means if you are learning Java, .NET, other technologies, those technologies will teach you how to create an API that communicates with the database and presents the data in the form of JSON. We have to bring the data and use it. We will see one example of fake store. Actually, this fake store API, fake store I will give you. So it provides API for any ERP application. ERP application, it is a shopping application. So it provides API for ERP application. So it provides various methods for different type of data available in their database. So it provides various methods for different type of data available in their database. So in their database, they have so many types of data. And for that, they will provide some methods like this. Actually, they have some methods I will give here. Request method and data. Request method is actually they have a request method like /products. This request method, it is going to return an array of objects. It returns an array of object. So it returns all products in DB database. It returns all products in database. All the products in database, it returns an array of object. So products is the method. We have another method, products/1. It is an object. Actually, it returns specific product details by ID. It returns specific product details by ID. Means actually they have some 20 products. Those 20 products you can access one by one using ID. That means they have ID products 1, 2, 3, like that. 20 numbers are there. So another method we have products/categories. It is an array. It returns all categories list. Actually, it is a string type. String type. So it is a string type array. Products/categories. It is going to return an array with all the categories list. This is ready-made data they are having. And another one, products/category/category name. Category name is like some jewelry, like this. It is an array of objects. Actually, what it do is it returns specific category products. So only electronics, only jewelry, like that. Actually, in their database, they are having some list of 4 categories. And from those 4 categories, it is going to return. This is all the data we are having. Means this is the real-time data they provide. And what your Java will teach you is how to create these methods. So your Java or .NET technologies will teach you, Python, others. They will teach you how to create these methods because they are done in backend. And those methods will return the data like that. What is our responsibility is in the front end? We have to get the data and create a presentation for the data. I will show you first here. Actually, the complete URL will be like this. Means http://fakestoreapi.com/products. Like this we have to write. So fakestoreapi.com/products/categories. Like this we have to write these methods. For every method, we have to use their website address in the beginning. That is going to return the data. Let's test first. Because one problem is, suppose you are practicing this late nights, some after 12 or 1 a.m. Sometimes what they do is they are under construction. They are under updating. During those times, they may disable it. That means it may not work in certain timings, sometimes, rarely. And we are not sure because these are free people providing you data. That means after a few days, it may disappear. You have to use some other free APIs for practicing. That's the reason if you learn a technology like Java, .NET, PHP, Python, you will learn how to create your own APIs. And you can manage those APIs, right? Usually, these are the basic APIs. Okay. I will show you this data, how it looks like. So http:// store api.com/ what products. So you see, this is the data it is returning. And you see, this is the array of what? Objects. And every object is having some data. Yesterday we learned what it is. Now, similarly, you see, I will use products/2. Then it will get only second product. That means based on the ID, it is going to return only one object. Suppose I am using products/categories. It will return only array of string. Only 4 categories are there, they will provide. Suppose I am using category/jewelry. It will return only jewelry products array. And the category is what? The category is jewelry. It is going to get only that and display. Now let's create an interface for this. They will just provide you data. Entire presentation we have to design. Let's create the presentation and see. So what I am doing now is I will create a simple design. And the data we will not have in a JSON file. We will bring it from the online APIs. So in the JavaScript, let me create a new file, shopper.html. Okay, in this shopper HTML, let's put the heading shopper. And we will link the complete bootstrap. Link relation is equal to style sheet, node modules, bootstrap icon, font, icons, CSS. Relation is style sheet, href. So node modules, bootstrap, dist, CSS, bootstrap.css. And in the body, I am writing the script, and the script source is node modules, jQuery dist, jQuery.js. Another script source, node modules, bootstrap dist, JS, dist.js, bootstrap bundle.js. You already know how to enable complete bootstrap. To enable complete bootstrap, you need all these things, right? And now I am using class container fluid. Let's create a header. Header will have a class padding margin padding some 3 or 2 is enough, right? And this header is having deflex, justify content between, and it will have some containers inside. We have a shopper, and for this we will keep the class heading 3, and we have another div. In this we will have an anchor, and this is like home. Another better we will put in a span and anchor home. So we have span anchor like some electronics. So like span anchor, what categories they are having, I am giving them. Jewelry. And anchor we have like, so they have a category called men's fashion, that is actually clothing. Then span anchor some women's fashion. They have these all details. Right side temporarily I will keep a div, and with a span class bi search, and class bi some heart, and class bi some cart. So I'm just using this cart. Okay. And after that, I will keep a button here. Let's keep a button. In that button, we will have a span class as cart. BI and BI cart. And this is 3. Okay. You see, this is the design we are having at the top. At the header, we are having this design. That's the design we are having in the header. And let's keep all these spans class margin and 2 or 3. Let's keep all the spans margin and 3. Okay, so that is ME3. Just margin I am defining there, and class have BTN. That looks like this. Now this is the basic design we created at the top. Actually, in this span, we will have another span. So class badge and BG danger and rounded circle. And I will just keep 0 initial. It looks like this. Just roughly, I am defining that there. And this button will have a class position. Position is what? Relative. And this will have a class position. Position is what? Absolute. Top 0 and right 0. Right is nothing but end 0. It will display a little bit corner right side. Here I will also use the word your cart, and it will display the word like this. That is at the top, we are keeping some information. So this is the header part we are having. Now what we will do is, for this header, I will add some BG dark and text white. Fine, this is the background we are having. So I will just give this also BTN light. So it will have some light color. So this is the header part we create. Now what we want is below left side. So here we have a section. In the section, we want 3 divisions. One is nav, 2 divisions. One is nav, another one is main. 2 divisions. Then class, we have to set row, margin top as 3. And for this class as call 3. And how much this will be class as call? 9. 3 and 9. So here that's enough, or 2 and 10. I'm just using like this. Now inside the navigation, here I will put a div with a label as class form label and a font weight as bold, and here select category. Below this we will keep a drop down, and it will have a class form select, and that is at the top. So we are having that at the top. Now this is the drop down we are having. Now what we want to do is, in this design, we have to bring all the categories and display inside this drop down. So whatever categories they provide in their database, we have to bring them and display inside this drop down. At the time of loading the body, we have to get that. So yesterday we learned how to bring the data from API. So I will write here, this drop down have a ID called LST categories. LST categories is the ID. Now we will go in the top, and we are writing a script. In this script, we will first write a function load categories. Okay, What this function have to do, it should fetch all the categories from the API and add them into the dropdown. Where are the categories? Here the categories are present. That means what is the request? Products / categories. What it is going to return? All the categories, which is an array type, string type array. So we will use a fetch http://fakestore.api.com. In that what? Products. In that what? Categories. It is going to return all the categories. Then uses a callback function. It contains a response. We should return the response in the format of JSON. After that, then a callback function, it will get all the categories. Categories. These categories I want to present in dropdown. And those categories are general string array. It is an array. And how do we read every element from array? So we have to use categories.map, a callback function. It will read every category. For every category, we have to create an option. That means where option is equal to document.create element. Which one? Option. Now option.text is category. And option.value, that is also category. Now add this option into dropdown. Document.get element by ID lst what? Categories dot what? Append child. Append child. Which one? Option. That is done. Now load categories is ready. But when to load categories, you have to tell. That means it is ready, but it is not executing. At the time of body load, it should work. So for body, we have to write an event. What is it? Onload. Onload, what it is? Body load. So we write a function. What is that? Body load. On body load, call load categories. You can see all the categories are coming here. You see the categories are loaded. These categories are coming from their website. Data is coming from an API. So they have these categories and it is displaying them. But I want these category names in uppercase letter. Then it's simple here. Whenever we are displaying text, this category should be displayed in 2 uppercase. We learned string functions. Then you can see category names will be in uppercase. But the value we submit must be in lowercase only, because in their database, the category names is in lowercase. So value I am not converting to uppercase. I am just converting the text. Text is what it shows. Value is what it submits, right? Now one more point is here. In the categories, by default categories starting with electronics, they have that only electronics, jewelry they are having, it's showing. But I want above electronics, I want all as a category. But you see in their database, Fakestore API, products, in that categories, categories, and you can see in that they are having only these. They don't have any all. So whatever they are having, it is showing. So then what we will do is, we will add one item. This is categories array. This is categories array. Into array, we will add one more item. How to add any item into array? We have 3 methods. We can use push, we can use splice, we can use unshift. I want to use first item. I want to add as first item. Then what we have to do? Categories dot unshift. Push is last item, Unshift is first. I will use the word all as first item. So before it is adding, it will add one more element, and you can see all is there at the top. So that is okay. That means we are loading all the categories and we are displaying the categories here. Now that's okay. Keep it like that. All the categories we are fetching. Now right side in the main area, all products must come. Whatever products they are having in their website, those products information should come right side in the main. Actually, they have products related data. This is products related data. You see, so much is that. Lot of products data they are having. Some 20 products they are having. And we want to get all this information and display here in the main area. And remember, every product is having ID. Every product is having title, price, description, category, image. Image is having URL. And rating. Rating is again an object. Yesterday I showed you embedded objects, how data will be. Now for every object, all these details are present. It's not necessary to present everything. We will present only few details, like only product name and the product photo and the product price rating details. Let's see how to get the data. And we need to display that. We need to display in this main area. So what I am doing here is for the main area, I am giving deflex. I will give flex wrap. Flex wrap means they will come to next line. And for this main, I will give style, height as some 500 pixel. And for main, I will give overflow. Overflow as auto. You know, it will put a scroll bar if many contents are there. Now this is the main area. In that main area, I want to display all the details. So I will create another method now, another function. This time the function is what? Load products. Load products we will use. But here the concept is how many times we have to load the products. It's not once. So many times we have to do. First time, at the time of loading page, it should load all products. Okay. After that, when user selects electronics, then only electronic products should load. And when user selects jewelry, only jewelry should load. That means loading products is done several times. And every time it is not loading same products. Then how you will write logic for that? Simple, we will create one function, and this function can load different products according to situation. How? We will pass the URL into it dynamically. That means whenever we access load products, we have to tell which URL it has to use. That means now that URL is not standard, it will be changing. So in one instance, I will pass one URL, in another instance, another URL. So we are creating a reusable function. And whatever URL we pass, it should fetch and it should display. See now what I am doing? Fetch from that particular URL. That URL is not known yet, but we are sure that that URL is returning an array. Array of what? Products. Then what we will do? Dot then we will use a function. What is it? Response. Response, it should return response dot what? JSON. After that, we have to create a then function. The function have to get what? So it should get the products. And this products is an array. Now this products array, we have to read every product And for every product, I want to design a card. I don't want to design a list item or anything. I want to design a card like, right? So let's see. Yesterday also I showed you a card. For every Flipkart product, what we have done, we created a card dynamically. Let's see now. Products dot map callback function, read every product. For every product, we have to design a card. How to create a card dynamically? We have to create a div. Document dot what? Create element. Which element? Div. How this div becomes card? By using class name. For this div, we will apply class name. What it is? Card. Some padding to margin 2. For this div, we will put style. So I will give width. Width is equal to some 200 pixel. So a card is defined. Inside this card, that means div dot inner HTML. That means inside the card, you know, card have sections like card header, card body, card footer. Now I am using a backtick so that I can put dynamic values also. So I have to design an image. Image source comes from, it will come from dynamically binding expression. It will come from product dot image. And we will have some height as 140 and class as card image top. I'm just using this. Okay, below this image, we will keep another container. And this we will design as a class as card header. In the card header, we will put a simple div and a class, this div. In this div, we will simply put some title, that is product dot title. Product title means the product name will come. Okay. And this card will have a style height. Height of that header will be some 150 pixel. 150, 140 pixel like this we are giving. After that, that is card header. Then we will go another div. This is class as card body. In the card body, we will display price and rating. Means I will create a data list. And in that data term, price. How to display the price? In data definition, we will access the price. That is product dot what? Price. You have to see their data. You have to see the data and check what data they are having. You see, they are having data like ID, title, price, image, rating, right? That data we are presenting here. So see, price is there. After that, rating. To display rating, I will use here. So one is product dot what? Rating dot what? Rate. And after that, I will put a span. And in this, we will put class as BI star fill and text success. A star mark will come. And how many people rated? I will put in a square brace. Product dot rating dot what? Count. We have rate and count. Okay, this is in the card body. After the card body, let's create another div. Now in this, we will put a class. This is card footer. In the card footer, I will put a button. And this button will have a class BTN and BTN danger W100. And it will have add to cart span. So span will have a class BI cart 4 something. And it is having add to cart word. So this is the complete card ready. And this div must be added into main. Am I right? So document dot query selector, what it is? Main. Into main child want to be added div. So for every product, we are creating a card and adding it into the main. Okay, this is ready. Now see here, load products is ready, but URL is not mentioned. So that means you see currently it is not loading anything. What we will do, go to page load. At the time of loading body, it has to call what is load products. First, it should load all products. Then here, what is the URL? http://fakestoreapi.com/what products. This is going to load all the products, and you can see it loads all the products. That means whatever the products are having, it is going to display them. And I think every product, some height and everything here, make sure that this card body, card footer, and the height here, you see this is all the products you are having, and is adding at the bottom somewhere. We will add in this area only. Where is it? Inside this, the card header, card body, where header ends here, card body ends here. Yeah, card footer is ending here. Remove that here. Okay. These are all the options we are having. Actually, card body is having height. We need to adjust. So this is a style height for header. Card image top. Okay, somewhere alignment is missing. One div is not closed. Title div is not closed properly. Right. Rest of these divs are fine. And you see all these will come in this way. Now these are all the products we are having. Now you can see, I scroll, all these products will be available. These are all the products coming from their database. So we are fetching the data and we are displaying the data from the database. So now the point is, we need to add functionality to this. Currently we have done only two things. One, get all the categories and display in drop down. Second, get all the products and display here. Later, when user selects electronics, footwear, or some products category, these products will be there as it is. To them, the new will be added. I don't want like that. Whenever user filters, clean up existing list and put the fresh list. So what we will do is, every time when it is loaded, products is loaded, before fetching, document dot query selector main dot inner HTML, keep it empty, so that it will delete already if anything is there and put the new list every time. Otherwise, when you are filtering, the new list will be added to existing list. We should clean up every time and we have to add the new list. Okay. Now let's write the functionality for this drop down. When user selects electronics, what should happen? Only electronic products should come. When user selects electronic only electronic products should display here. How we can display only electronic products? For that, already have a query. They have a query http:// what is fakestore.api.com/what products category category name. Category name comes from this name. From this drop down, we have to bring and use it. That means whenever user is changing the category, we have to bring category name and we have to apply that. That is only those category products will be loaded. This work is already done. Loading categories is already done by a function. We created a function called load products. Products. This load products function is expecting URL. That means we will pass this URL into that. Every time the URL will be changing. Let's see how to do that. And this we have to do when user is changing category. So for this drop down, we have to write an event on change. On change indicates what actions perform when they are changing the value. For button, you write on click. And for sliders, drop downs, we can use on change. In function should be on here. On here and down we can use. Here change because here you can't. Here you don't have key down. Then how you will verify the value down? We have given on change. So let's write the now. So let's go to the drop down. Where is this drop down? In the nav bar we have drop down. So in the nav bar, in the drop down we have to write an event. What is it on change? I will give the function name category change. Okay, let's write the function here. We will write function here. So function category change. On category change, we have to cut the information for each category. That is nothing drop down value. That means we'll create a variable called category name. Document dot element ID ls dot category dot value. Drop down value, text box value, check box value, radio value, any value you can access just by using value. Now value, okay, we will simply, that means category name is coming. We will simply load products now. Which products to load? Here we will put a dynamic backticks. http://fakestoreapi.com/what products/what category name will be dynamically changing. We will put an expression. Category name will come from the variable called category name. That variable contains the category that you selected in the drop down. Now you see it is here. I click and select jewelry. Only jewelry products will come. I click here and select men's clothing. Only men's clothing will come. I can filter only the products I want. And electronics will come. And when I select all will not come. Why you are surprised? Huh? Because we haven't written anything for that. Then why it will come? Right? You don't need to get surprised because there is nothing written for it. You have to write. Right? Anything logic you have to write. Right? Automatically why it will come? It can't read your brain. Right? What you want, what you like, it doesn't know. Right? That's the reason ChatGPT is there. But ChatGPT is also will wait what you ask, it will give. Right? If you just sit before it and tell it that, so read my brain, such technology is not there till now. Right? If it comes, then we don't need you also, right? To sit before it. So the point is here, everything you have to write. You haven't written any logic for all. How do we write logic for all? What we need to do? I have to write a condition. What is the condition? If category name is equal to what? All. If category name is all, then it should load all products, na? Load products. To load all products, what is the URL? http fakestoreapi.com / what? Products. That will load all products. Otherwise, else it will load only the products that you selected. That's the logic you need to configure. Now you see here, I select jewelry, it will display. I select all, again it will display all. All products will come. I selected here jewelry, electronics, only electronics will come. Right? So this is a simple filter we are applying. That means we are configuring a filter for the data. Remember, all this is not given by them. They just given data to us. That means any technology will finally provide you only data that is completely raw. And you have to create all these presentations, interactions. That is the reason if a Java developer says that I don't know HTML, JavaScript, people will laugh. What you are talking about? What do you think what Java developer means? That means that is the reason you may not know the importance of HTML, JavaScript. Remember, your 70% life will be as Java developer in HTML only. Right? You can't survive in companies without this. This is what you have to do in your companies. This is your job. This is what you have to do. Java, .NET people, their work is too complex now. Why? Because they have to create APIs and present APIs. That means here I am teaching you just presenting API, but your Java people will teach you creating APIs. They will teach you how to design APIs. Here we are learning how to present them. How do we consume? How do we present those APIs? So that is the major part here, right? That means they will give you raw data. Every presentation you have to create. You have to create. So this is one level done. Now we will extend this. For example, user selects any product. After that, user clicks add to cart. When user clicks add to cart, it should be added into cart here. It should add into the cart. Currently, I kept directly 0 there, but it should update according to the items we are adding. So what I have to do now is I have to keep a separate array called cart items array. In this array, I will add only which one user is adding. This array will not contain all products. It will contain only the products which user adds. That means cart items is an empty array. Into that, we have to add the items which user is clicking add, or which user is selecting buy. You use the word buy or add or something. That means when user clicks add to cart, we have to collect this product information and we have to add into this array. Now the question is, on this button click, how to collect this product details? To get that product details from their database, they have another method, HTTP, what it is? fakestoreapi.com / what? Products / they have an ID. That means if you can bring the ID of this product, then we can get that product. And we can add that product into this cart items. Understood? That means now what should happen here is, when user clicks add to cart, where is that add to cart? First we will create a separate array where cart items is an array. It is an empty array. So we don't have anything. It is just cart items. It is an empty array. Now what we should do is, we will use another one where cart count, that is 0. Okay. And we will do one more here, is we will create a function. the function is get cart count. Okay. This function have to get the cart count is equal to cart items dot length. You know, length will return the count now, right? How many items are there in the cart? It will get that and it will store in cart count. Currently it is 0. We don't have anything. And where to display this cart count? I should display in this span. That means this span will have an ID called count. So I will give the ID as LBL count. Okay. And I will keep it normal now. You can see it is not having anything. That means whenever this function is called, what is the function? Get cart count. We will get document dot get element by ID. What it is? LBL count inner HTML. We should display what? Cart count. We should display cart count. Actually, you can directly display length. You don't need to declare this variable at all. Without declaring the variable, how you can do? Simply directly you can get here what it is, cart items dot what? Length. That's direct, simple. Now cart count is not displayed there because on load of body it should display. Let's go to body load and here you write get cart count. You call the function. It will get the count and display 0. Now what should happen when user clicks add to cart button? Let's go to that button. Where is this button? The button is in the top. Here add to cart button is there. For this button, we will write on click. We will write on click. This is add click. On add click, I have to send the current product ID. We have to send the current product ID. So dynamically here product dot ID. We can send a parameter. That means the current product ID is passed into add click method. Okay. Let's go and write add click function now. We will write the function here. So what is the function? Function is what? Add click. On add click, we will collect the ID. Now what I have to do is fetch this ID related product from their database API and add into cart items array. That means what we have to do, fetch from where? http:// what it is? fakestoreapi.com/what? Products/ which product? That particular ID related product. That means we have to pass the ID. After that dot then we will use a function. What it is? Response. What it should do? Return response dot JSON. Then we have another callback function and this will collect only one product because this ID is going to return only specific product. And this product I should add into cart items array. How to add into cart items array? Cart items is an array. Into that we have to push. Push which one? Product. After that we have to just display an alert saying that I will give that item product dot title /n added to cart. This message we will give. The product title added to cart. After that, we will get cart count. Means we will update the cart count. The new cart count is updated because cart count is initially 0. After adding every item, it should update, right? Now let's run this and see. So we are selecting a category here, jewelry. In jewelry, I am selecting the add to cart. It says it is added to cart and I click on OK, then it is 1. Right now I am selecting some another category. I click add to cart. This is added to cart. I say OK. Now we have 2 items in this list. Now what should happen is when user clicks this button, those should pop up and display. That means when user clicks on that button, it should pop up and show me that list of items. How to create pop-ups? You learned Bootstrap models, right? We have to pop up in a Bootstrap model and show those items. And I want to show those items in a tabular form. In a tabular form, I want to display. So a lot of work is there. On the button click, first a pop-up should come. Let's design it. On that button click, first pop-up should come. Where is that button? Your cart is the button. So below this button, we will create a div. This class as what? Model. Model have a fade. Model have an ID called cart. ID as cart. Okay. And this is having some model dialog. And we have another class that is what? Model content. And we have another class that is model header. In the model header, we will keep a heading, your cart summary or your cart summary. Yep. And here we will put a button class btn close. And data bs dismiss. It has to dismiss which one? Model. Okay, that is the card header. And in the model header, and here we are having a class model body. In this model body, we will put a table. This table will have a class table and table hover. These are Bootstrap table classes. We have t-head, tr, and th. In that, I will display title, and I will display preview, and I will display price. Only 3 details we will display. And below the table header, we will have a t body, and the body is empty. In this table body, what items should display? In this table body, the items, what items should display? The items that you added in this cart. Na? That means actually this is an array. Which array it is? Cart items. In this array, whatever items are present, we have to display in a table. And the table should pop up when user clicks this button. When user clicks the button, this will pop up, but that is currently empty. These items we have to load into table body. That means you see how to create the pop-up already ready pop-up. On the button click, we have to use data bs what? Target. Target is hash what? Cart. Data bs toggle. Toggle is what? Model. And you can see now when user clicks on this, a pop-up will come. And title is missing because of the color maybe. I will just use the class as what? Text primary. Okay. And you can see when I click on this, it will say your cart summary. But when user clicks on the button, one extra work it should do. When the button is clicked, we have to collect all the items from cart items array. We have to load them into the table body. That means now you have to write a logic for this button click. So for that button click, we will write a logic. Let's go and write the logic for this button click. This is the button. This is the button we are having. For this button, we have to write what? On click. On click, I will say show cart. Show cart is the function. Okay. I will write the function here. So function show cart. On this, what we have to do? Collect all the products which are present in cart items array. So then we have to use what it is? Cart items dot map. So we will use a function. We will read every item. Every item is actually a product, right? Every item we should add into table body. And into table body, we cannot add directly anything. First, what we have to do? We have to create a row. Document dot what? create element tr. After that, we need to create three cells. One cell for title, another for image, another for price. So where td title is equal to document dot create element td. Another one td what image document dot create element is equal to td. Another one td what price document dot create element. Three cells are created. What should be in the first cell? td title dot inner html. It should have item dot title. Item dot title is nothing but product title. And td price inner html. It should have item dot what price. td image inner html. It should have an image. We will put an img. And the width of this image is very small. Width is 50 and the height also 50. And here we will put src is coming from item dot image. That is the path. Now the three cells are ready. We have to add these three cells into row. So tr dot what? Append child. Which one? td title. After that tr dot append child. Which one? td image. Image according to my columns. tr dot append child. Which one? td price. So row is ready. This row must be added to table body. Document dot what? Query selector. What is the query selector? Table body dot what? Append child. Which one? tr. It's ready. One more problem will be there. Already some items are existing. It will add. So clean the table body every time. So here show cart document dot query selector t body dot inner html is empty. Okay, now see what will happen here. I will click jewelry. I will click one product, add to cart. Okay, and it is added, and click on the button. It will show that item is added in the cart. Now I click on another category. So in that I click another product that is also added to cart. Now we have two items. Click on that. Those two items will display. That means it is going to display those items and show those items in the cart. I click on add to cart. Okay. And there are three items in the cart. So this is a basic example. Now, in this example, our main intention is to understand how to work with data. And data is in the format of JSON. And if it is many, then it is an array of JSON. It's an array of objects. So, in reality, this is how the applications are built. Every data that you see on screen will be coming from a JSON, including a video. On YouTube, you are watching some video. That video is actually embed. Already we saw iframe, na? Right? That is an embed URL. That URL they attach to an iframe. So it will play that video. Everything comes in the form of that. And remember, generally, what is the developer's responsibility is to create good interface for this. Means I used a drop down, but what they ask, like I want checkboxes, I want sliders. When user slides the price, only those details should come. That means user currently able to filter based on category, but user must able to filter based on price, ratings, everything. We have to create an interface. For that, all the methods interaction. Remember, for that API should be designed first like that. On that, we can easily create the interactions, right? This is an example of understanding how do we access the data and present the data. I will copy this one. This entire code I will copy. You have to try this. This is an example for shopper.html. This is the code. This you have to try. Remember, these are the type of concepts you have to work in real world environment. So you have to practice. It is hard, it is confusion. You have to try 4 times, 10 times, because without this knowledge, you cannot work in any software company. You may be any technology developer. This is the work you have to do in companies. So you must know about it. You must practice this. And actually, there are more techniques. These days, what people are doing in the front end, they are not directly using JavaScript. They are using Angular or React. Angular React also will do the same. Only the point is they simplify JavaScript. JavaScript is lengthy, complex writing. They will simplify that, but the logic is same, the presentation is same, everything same. Only the concept of interactions will change. That is what Angular and React will do, right? So you should be familiar with this, how to work with it. I will show one more example. So a simple example I will show. So another API I will show you so that you can understand different types of data. There is another website, as I showed you here. There is another website. So we have NASA website. This is api.nasa.gov. This is NASA website. And in this NASA website, they are saying that you must set an API key for this data working with that. That means they may have some restrictions. Restrictions like what happens is some private data when they provide, they put limits that every day 10 times only it will refresh work. Some timings they will mention. Without that means if you cross the limits, they will block. Then you have to try after few minutes like that. That's the reason I taken fake store, because this is abnormal. Sometimes it will block your request. It will not work. You have to register in this. It's a free registration. What you do is visit this website. You have a free registration form. You fill up the free registration form and they will send you a key to your email. A key they will send. That key you have to copy every time when you are practicing this. Otherwise, they will block the request coming from your computer, right? So I will show you simple here. See, I will click browse APIs. You see, these are all the APIs they are having. They are having APIs, different category related APIs. See, there is an API, Mars rover photos. And I will click on this. You can see these are the URLs they are having. And when I click on this URL, you can see it is returning some data to us. This is the data. And see, this data is very more complex. And see the data, what it is having. Final data, what it is type object. In that object, there is a property called photos. This photos is an array. In that array, object. In that object, these are some properties. And again, there is a camera, which is again object. Embedded objects, very complex, right? And what they will ask is, take this data and create the presentations. And presentation, I don't want everything, only few details. Suppose I want to present only photo ID. I want to present camera full name. I want to present rover name. I want to present the photo. Photo is IMG SRC. Now I want to present only few details. Let's try this and see a simple example. Copy this URL because this is the URL from where data is coming. And remember, they are giving an API key. They are saying that first register in our website, get a key, paste that key there. That means at the end, you have to paste the key. Actually, this URL is like this. This URL is this one. This is the URL. they given a demo key. Am I right? This demo key is uncertain. That means sometimes it will work, sometimes it will not work. But while practicing, few times it will work. After that, it will say, please try after some time. If you register, they will give a key. They will send an email to you. In that, there will be a key, some code. You have to paste that here. That's enough. Then they will allow more access. However, it is also not unlimited access, limits, right? So you can copy this URL. Let's see how to fetch this and see. I will create a simple HTML page, some nasa.html. Let's create a simple page. Roughly, I will just link a bootstrap relation style sheet. Href is equal to node modules, bootstrap, dist, css, and bootstrap.css. Now, in this, we have to use, I will just use class container fluid. I will create a table. We will put a class called table and table hover. And in this thead, tr, and th, tr, and th, we have photo ID. Okay. I don't want all details. I want photo ID, and I want preview. Preview is the photo. Preview is the photo. After that, we will display camera name, which camera took that photo. And we want rover name, which rover took that photo. Only those details. They have a lot of other details. On which date rover is launched, on which date the rover took the photo, which camera took that photo, front camera, back camera. They have so many. Now, I don't want all those details. I want only these details. Okay. I will put a table body. Now, I want to load all the NASA data here. I want to load the NASA data here in a tabular form. Then see what we have to do. We have to write a function. Body what? Onload. Onload is what? Body load. Let's write a script. And this script is function. Function is what? Body load. We have to fetch. Fetch from this URL. You have to paste that URL. That is the API of NASA. Very careful. You cannot miss a single character from that URL. And dot then. And here we have a response. Response function. Yep. Function have a response, and this response should return into JSON. After that, we have dot then. Dot then you have a function. We will get the, suppose, Mars object. Remember, they are not returning directly array. They are returning an object. Na? In that object, there is a property called photos. Now, what I am doing is I am creating an object called Mars. In that Mars, this object will be stored. And in that, there will be a property called what? Photos. That photos is what type? Array. And array of objects, right? We will do that now. So here, what to do now? We have to use Mars. Mars have a collection called photos. On that, we have to use map function. We have to read every item. For every item, we have to create a table cell. So where tr document dot what? Create element. Create element. We have to create tr. In this, how many cells we need? ID, image, camera name, rover name. 4 cells we need. So where td id document dot create element. What it is? td. Where td what? Image document dot create element. This is also td. Where td what? Camera document dot create element. This is also td. One more cell. Where td what? Rover document dot create element. So we have td. Okay, what should be the id? td id dot inner html. It should have item dot id. td preview td image dot inner HTML, we should display image there. img src is coming from image dot img underscore src. We have to read their properties and see key names, that is img src. And width I will give as 200, height also 200 for that image. Okay, now we have td camera dot inner HTML. We have to display item dot camera. It is an object. In that it is having full underscore name, which will return the full name of camera. Another one, td what rover dot inner HTML, item dot rover dot name. It is going to return the rover name. And all these cells must be added into tr dot append child, td id first, tr dot append child, td image, tr dot append child, that is td camera, tr dot append child, that is td rover. Okay, and this row must be added into table body. Document dot what query selector, what it is, tbody dot append child, which one, tr. That means the data have to load here and display the data. So here we will check here, inspect, and somewhere missing dot then is missing. Yeah, okay, fine. Now this is going to return all the data and display all the data here. You can see this is all the data coming from that location. That's all the data. And I think image source have path wrong. Image is lowercase, huh? Yeah, image img src. Then you can see all the images will display here. That is item dot images source. It is going to it will take some time because it has to come from API and display. You see, these are all the images. That means we are fetching the data from the NASA API and displaying these images. Some hundreds of images may present. Suppose I want like this. Suppose if user clicks on the photo, it should open full screen. Can we do that? Easy, because this image, I will keep it as an anchor. Am I right? Anchor, and this anchor will have href. Href will be the same path, image path. That means item dot img underscore src. It will be the same path. That means, and one more, target is equal to where underscore blank. That means it will open in a new tab. Okay, now you see these images are present. I click on that photo, then it should open in a full screen there. That means it is going to display in a full screen there. Right? We are just going here and we are adding here. I will scroll here. These are the images. I click on an image, then it should open that and display in a full screen. Right? It is going to display the image in a full screen. And this is officially data we are fetching, we are accessing from their API. That means from that API we are doing. And remember, I am displaying as table. They may ask, like, I want card. We can design the same card style for presentation. We can do the basic thing of working with the API. This is another example of NASA API we can fetch. Now, once you know this, to create more interactions, we need to learn about different types of events like mouse over, mouse out, click key up, key down, different JavaScript events that we will see in next session. Today, this is enough. Enough, right? Because you need to practice this, right? Because this is the major part for your development, right? Because as a Java developer or any developer, this is the work you do in companies. And only the difference is in future you will do in the front end with Angular or with React, right? Not directly JavaScript. You will, but the logic will be same, right? So that's the reason you should be very perfect on this. Try this, and tomorrow we will continue. In tomorrow session, we will discuss about different JavaScript events, how to work with them. Okay, right.